Live from Innovation Park on the campus of Penn State University, this is PSN News. It's Tuesday, September 22nd. Tonight, we'll tell you all you need to know about the rising coronavirus cases at Penn State, as well as a new Penn State task force that addresses changes in the student code of conduct.
We also have an update on the coronavirus death toll in the United States, as well as your sports, entertainment, and weather.
Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Madison Miller.
And I'm Carly Knowlton.
236 more COVID-19 test results came positive this past Friday at University Park, which now tops University Park cases to almost 2,000. President Eric Barron is confident in the university's modified testing system. He says, quote, "We can maintain on-campus learning and working at this point, but we all have to continue to act safely and responsibly by masking, social distancing, and limiting socializing to roommates or a small group of friends." End quote. Students are now being randomly tested in pools to provide faster testing results.
President Eric Barron convened a task force of 26 members to address political changes in the student code of conduct that deals with racism, bias, and community safety. One of the contributions is understanding how student culture must be integrated into an anti-racist beliefs. The goals were made to show the purpose of the code of conduct, determine the appropriate uses of codes, to consider the legal restraints due to the First Amendment and other privacy laws, to identify the strengths and weaknesses of the code of conduct, and to recommend changes that would align with the university's mission. Further revisions are still underway.
Last week, the Center of the Performing Arts Student Engagement Department, in collaboration with Penn State Student Affairs, hosted a mindful making workshop to help promote students' overall well-being. Our field reporter, Ava Brett, has the story.
Hello, I'm Ava Brett reporting for PSN News. Today, I'm here outside the Eisenhower Auditorium, located right here on campus. The Center for the Performing Arts Student Engagement Department, along with the Penn State Student Affairs Health Promotion and Wellness Initiative, is hosting one of their creative workshops as part of their 5-week Mindful Making Workshop series. Let's go take a look. What was your inspiration for creating this workshop series?
Sure. So I was looking a little bit about what the intersection of culture, art, and wellness was, and kind of reflecting on my own self-care practice, and realizing that I have a hard time kind of doing the traditional meditation and mindfulness practices of sitting still for, a period of time, but that when I was doing something creative, like taking a pottery class or doing my weaving at home, that I could find that same kind of sense of being in the present moment, calming my nerves down a little bit, and feeling more centered and grounded. And so I wanted to offer that to the Penn State students as just, here is a series of art creative practices that are super accessible for everyone.
Why did you come today?
Well, I just think, this is just a great time to come out and really let off some steam and kind of think about the world we're in, and, just for mental health, it's a great cause, great thing. It's beautiful.
Thanks for tuning in. I'm Ava Brett reporting for PSN News.
Penn State professor James Palchek will join the NASA Board of Center for the Advancement of Science and Space. The board will manage the International Space Station and work towards developing a sustainable market economy in low-orbit Earth. Palchek is currently an associate professor of physiology and kinesiology at Penn State. He is the founder and director of the university's novel dual-titled doctoral program in clinical and transitional sciences.
Penn State's research expenditures exceed $1 billion for the 2019-2020 year, which marks a $40 billion increase since last year's total. This includes $633 million in federal funding and $375 million in contributions from private funders, university sources, and the Commonwealth. Eric Barron said that the milestone reflects the external support and the impact of activity on complex societal problems. The Department of Defense, the Department of Health and Human Services, And the Department of Energy contributed about $40 million to the rise in funding.
Stay tuned because after the break, Colton Paluski will bring you the latest in entertainment.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Colton Paluski with your entertainment update. The Student Programming Association is hosting a virtual Q&A with YouTube star David Dobrik. The YouTube star was originally running a sold-out Q&A back in March, but was canceled due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Dobrik is known for his comedic YouTube channel as well as his participation in Vlog Squad, with 18 million subscribers on his YouTube alone. His quick vlogs commonly feature renowned celebrities, including the likes of Kendall Jenner and Justin Bieber. The event is of course free for all students and takes place on Monday, October 5th at 7 p.m. The link to participate can be found on onwardstate.com. For those of you looking for something to do this week, the Belisario campus is welcoming Jason Here, producer of The Last Dance and 6-time Emmy winner, to speak via Zoom as part of the Journalism Speaks Forum, sponsored by the John Curley Center for Sports Journalism. The Zoom link can be found on the Daily Collegian site, and the program begins at 7 p.m. Wednesday night, September 23rd. Last week, field reporter Jacqui Clair was able to sit down and talk to the executive director of SPA, Jake Coyne, and the director of events, Grace Pui, about how SPA is handling virtual events and what this means for SPA as an organization moving forward.
Hi, I'm Jacqui Clair reporting for PSN News at the Hub, where it doesn't look like it normally does. Today we're going to take a look into how much campus has changed since COVID-19 has hit.
As you can see, masks are up and computers are out as the majority of classes here are being taught remotely. However, that's not the only thing that's gone virtual. Many clubs and extracurricular activities have too.
Each year, many students look forward to the various fun events that the Student Programming Association gets to put on. Today, I got the chance to meet with Grace and Jake, both on the executive committee, to talk about what Penn State will be implementing now that we've gone virtual.
SPA's executive director, Jake Coyne, and director of events, Grace Pye, were able to talk to me over Zoom about the hardships the organization is going through, including decreased numbers of students attending their events.
Some other events that would have gotten like similar, numbers, didn't do as well, I guess, but I'm gonna say that's more to do with the
kind of hard to get the word out to like new people, I feel like, because we have our social media following, and so we can put out as much as we want on social media, but we're not necessarily reaching a ton of new people. So we've been working really hard to try to find ways to do that.
On a more positive note, Grace and Jake share that there have actually been some benefits to going virtual, including being able to bring in bigger name talents who wouldn't normally travel to State College.
We recently had like Shaquille O'Neal, so DJ Diesel, and we had Nicole Byer, and those are people with really busy filming schedules and things like that. So those are people we probably wouldn't have been able to get to actually travel here.
There's definitely some events for sure that are coming up that people will want to look forward to.
Hopefully, Penn State students will once again get to enjoy all the wonderful events SPA has to offer in person next semester. Once again, I'm Jacqui Clair, and this is PSN News.
This past Sunday was the 72nd annual Primetime Emmys, with Jimmy Kimmel hosting the show virtually. As for the winners, comedy Schitt's Creek took home a historic 9 Emmys. Zendaya fans will be ecstatic to know that she has won her very first Emmy for Best Lead Actress in a Drama on the show Euphoria. Additionally, the Star Wars show that took the world by storm, The Mandalorian, took home 7 Emmy Awards in various categories like sound editing, music composition, visual effects, and more. That was your entertainment update. Stay tuned because after the break, Anjelica Singer will bring you the latest from the world of sports.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Anjelica Singer with your sports update. Former Penn State women's soccer player and NCAA champion Kaylee Reel is on her way to Paris Football Club. The Paris FC play in Division I Feminine, which is the top women's soccer league in France. A loan deal was signed through February 2021. Reel was selected 11th overall by Sky Blue in the 2020 National Women's Soccer League College Draft. During her time at Penn State, she was a part of the 2015 National Championship team and holds the NCAA Division I record for minutes played by an outfield player. Taylor Battle was recently hired as an assistant coach for Penn State's men's basketball. Penn State fans seem to be ecstatic about his hiring. PSN News reporter Anjelica Rubin can tell us more.
My name is Anjelica Rubin, and I'm here at the Bryce Jordan Center reporting for PSN News.
Penn State Athletics announced the hiring of former Nittany Lions standout Taylor Battle, who after 7 years playing overseas, joins head coach Patrick Chambers' staff as an assistant coach.
Here, not too long ago, where Battle established himself as one of the greatest to ever wear the blue and white.
The All-American and 3-year captain led the Nittany Lions to their first NCAA tournament berth in a decade in 2011 during his final year in Happy Valley.
Definitely just bringing an experience and definitely knowing the Penn State culture. Definitely helps the entire team come together as one.
Ryan Hodinko is an executive board member for the Penn State men's basketball team's student section, Legion of Blue.
How do you think Coach Battle will make a positive impact on the team here?
You know, I'm sure the team's super excited to get an absolute legend in the house. You know, from a basketball perspective, I'm not sure exactly what his role is going to be as assistant coach, but, you know, I'm sure the all-time leading scorer can provide something. So, you know, I'm sure our players are really excited. We're really excited to have him back, and it's going to be an exciting time, I'm sure.
With the NCAA's announcement of an approved basketball schedule starting November 25th, Battle will have a new opportunity, this time coaching for his alma mater.
Reporting for PSN News, I'm Anjelica Rubin.
3 Nittany Lions were selected in the 2020 National Lacrosse League Draft Thursday night. Senior Mac O'Keefe, who entered the draft ranked 29th, was selected 15th overall in the first round by the San Diego Seals. O'Keefe was the leading scorer for Penn State and ranked 7th in NCAA history with 192 goals. The next Nittany Lion to be picked was redshirt senior Dylan Folds, who was selected 35th overall by the Philadelphia Wings. Recent graduate Grant Ament went to the New England Black Wolves with the 65th overall pick. Both O'Keefe and Folds will still be eligible to compete in their final collegiate season with Penn State this spring. All 3 draftees helped Penn State go 5-2 last spring prior to the cancellation of the 2020 season. Big Ten football is back in session. It was announced last Wednesday that the Big Ten Council of Presidents and Chancellors unanimously voted to resume the season. The conference-only schedule will begin on October 24th, with the Nittany Lions traveling to Memorial Stadium to take on the Indiana Hoosiers. The classic black shoes and basic blues will finally return to Beaver Stadium on Halloween to host division rival Ohio State. Big Ten teams will play a total of 8 games plus a Champions Week on December 19th. That will include the Big Ten championship game between the top teams from the East and the West divisions, with additional matchups from the other 12 teams. The Big Ten will follow new COVID-19 medical protocols, including daily testing for all student athletes. Tickets for the games will not be open to the public. That was your sports update. Last week, Student Engagement and Career Development Officer and instructor for the College of Arts and Architecture, Kendall Mainzer, had a chance to sit down and talk about Penn State's very own Magic by Design class. A class where students learn all you need to know about Disney World, and at the end of the semester can go on a trip to Disney through Penn State. PSN News interview anchor Bernadette Bertina has the story.
If you can dream it, you can do it. This quote is often attributed to innovative mastermind Walt Disney. The opportunity to understand more about the Disney company, to get a glimpse into all that goes on behind the magic, is something that many young people hope to explore. For Penn State students, they need look no further than the College of Arts and Architecture's very own Kendall Mainzer, a resident staff member and instructor of a new course that delves into the understanding of Disney parks called Magic by Design. Kendall serves as Student Engagement and Career Development Officer and instructor for the College of Arts and Architecture at Penn State. Her affiliation with Disney began when she applied to the Disney College program while attending her alma mater, UC Davis, and really took off when she returned to the Walt Disney Company after attending law school. Today, she is the closest thing Penn State students have to a fairy godmother, acting as the liaison between the Disney Company and our university.
Hi, Kendall. Thanks so much for being here with us today.
Hi, Phoebe. Thanks for having me. It's really good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you too. I was hoping first you could talk a little bit more about your time with Disney.
Sure. So when I graduated from law school, it was a pretty bad economic time, kind of like now. So I started in frontline operations, and I spent about 5 years growing with the company, and I got to do these 11 different amazing roles in 5 years. I call them all when you wish upon a star roles. And it was like being a tour guide, being a leader in the resorts, being with Walt Disney Imagineering. I had a wild ride.
What about your experience with the company inspired you to create this course?
Oh, I have obsessed about the design of Disneyland Park in California since I was a little kid. And my whirlwind career with company just grew my curiosity and deepened my appreciation and my understanding for how that all works. So working with landscape architecture at Penn State, I had been really successful helping students consider different types of arts and design fields than they'd ever heard of before. A lot of people had never heard of landscape architecture, or realized how disciplines like that and others across the College of Arts and Architecture are really important when it comes to just how successful the Walt Disney Company theme parks are. And so I was really hopeful, because so many students seemed interested in my experience and had expressed an interest maybe working there someday. I was hopeful that there would be an audience, and I'm so lucky that I'm in my third super fun semester with a fantastic group of Penn Staters.
As a staff member of Arts and Architecture, you work with students that are interested in design. Is that who the course is catered towards?
Oh, absolutely, yes. But it's also for everybody, anybody and everybody with any degree background. I've learned throughout my career that great storytellers come from anywhere and everywhere. And I value the diversity of perspectives. In fact, for me, the most incredible students I've had the fortune of welcoming to the space, it's really the most enriching when I have diverse perspectives from those students. So I like having engineers, and I like having communications majors. I like having HHD and absolutely College of Arts and Architecture folks, biologists. I mean, it doesn't matter. If you have an interest in how things work together and how spatial storytelling takes place, especially at Disney, then you can have a really fun time in the course getting into the details.
So the reason that I found out about Magic by Design is because of a trip that we all took, which was really the last thing we did before COVID, to Disney World in March.
That's so crazy.
Are you planning on doing that trip again?
Well, first, I'm really glad you came with us. And secondly, yeah, I absolutely want to return to the Walt Disney theme parks in Florida, and maybe even in other parts across the world. That's the dream, right? I'm not sure when the next time I'll be able to offer it, considering the pandemic state we're in, but I'll say when I do again, it's for students who have taken the course, typically. That's where the priority signups come from. But I like to open the experience to other people too. I work it through the Arts Ambassadors program that I direct for the college, as you know, as you are one. But it's really about students interested in leadership and seeing how, especially artists and designers, can be such impactful leaders, both in a company like Disney, but also using those types of skills as a model. So yeah, I open it to our class first, and the Arts Ambassadors as well. And then any Penn Staters who are really excited to learn about leadership and culture of excellence from the lens of the Walt Disney Company would be more than welcome to join us.
So Kendall, how can we contact you if we're interested in taking Magic by Design, or if we want to do the Student Leadership Conference to Disney World in the spring?
Well, I'm hoping that, who knows, maybe this spring it'll happen, but I'm not counting on it for this year. But in general, if students are interested in building it into their engagement plan for their career at Penn State, they're more than welcome to contact me by email. It's real easy. It's Kendall at PSU, Kendall with 2 L's. And you can also follow me on Instagram at Magical Matters. Either of those are good ways to get in touch and to learn more about either.
So finally, what's something that you'd like to say to students that dream of working for the Walt Disney Company?
That it's a really good dream. And I'd say a couple of things. First, practice and value storytelling, and be open to different ways than you're used to, like spatial storytelling, which is what the Disney theme parks are all about. When you're thinking about your gen ed courses, be really intentional about it and take ones that will widen your perspective on the world, because the Walt Disney Company is a global one. And open your mind and your heart to new possibilities. If you find that you're really comfortable and really entrenched in a certain set of beliefs, then you might not be ready to engage in a company that values imagination, discovery, and innovation. The most important thing though, BB, is for people to avoid self-elimination. Faith, trust, and pixie dust are so powerful as long as you don't count yourself out before you even get started.
Thanks so much, Kendall. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, BB. Thanks for having me.
Have a magical rest of your day.
From the students of Penn State Meteorology, here is your Penn State Campus Weather Service forecast.
Good evening, I'm Dana Osgood from the Penn State Campus Weather Service, and here I have your PSN News evening forecast. For some weather headlines for the week, we have abundant sunshine with pretty consistent temperatures in the low to mid 70s, though rain does return for the very end of the weekend and the beginning of next week. If we look at the radar, the Commonwealth is pretty clear. There is some clouds building in the Midwest, but that's not going to affect our area until the beginning of the day on Thursday. If you look over into the Atlantic Ocean, you can see a pretty big system over there. That's not going to affect our weather over here, but it does look pretty cool. Clouds don't come into our area until the mid to end of the day on Wednesday, so Thursday it does break up our sunshine a little bit with the clouds coming in from the west. For Friday, there are some scattered showers in the Commonwealth, though there's pretty low chance of those coming into contact with us, but it is something to keep an eye out for. Though those dissipate pretty quickly, making for a really beautiful Saturday. But unfortunately, the good weather doesn't last long because rain comes into our area around midday on Sunday, making for a rainy end of the week and the beginning of the week to Monday as well. For tonight, a low in the upper 30s with pretty clear skies. However, there is a chance of frost the more north you go in the Commonwealth, though near State College, it's pretty minimal chance. For tomorrow, a high in the low 70s with abundant sunshine and really sunny skies, so it's going to be a gorgeous day. For our 7-day forecast, we have abundant sunshine, like I said, through the next couple of days, though there is a break in the sunshine on Thursday with partly cloudy skies. The sunshine does return for Friday and Saturday. However, the rain does begin to come back into the forecast for the end of the week this week and the beginning of the week next week. For the Penn State Campus Weather Service, I'm Dana Osgood. Have a wonderful evening.
On September 18, 2020, the nation was shocked with the death of the Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Appointed by President Bill Clinton in 1993, Ginsburg went on to serve as a justice for 27 years and successfully used her time on the Supreme Court to advocate for equality. In light of her death, United States Supreme Court Justice Sonia Sotomayor says, quote, "Ruth Bader Ginsburg was an American hero. She spent her life fighting for equality of all people, and she was a pathbreaker champion of women's rights. She served our country and court with dedication, tirelessness, and passion." End quote. President Donald Trump plans to appoint another justice to fill her seat.
According to Johns Hopkins University, the United States coronavirus death toll has surpassed 200,000 as of this morning. The United States still has the highest case count with over 6 million cases. As the U.S. officials are rushing to approve and manufacture a vaccine, the United States is now accounted for 21% of the world's COVID-19 deaths. Despite having only 4% of the world's population, medical officials are still working on releasing a vaccine in the coming months.
The United States Department of Commerce has pushed back the threatened ban on the popular Chinese video app, TikTok. Some view the app as a national security threat to the United States with a collection of data from the Chinese government. TikTok is set to be banned after September 27th. President Donald Trump is attempting to force a quick sale of the video app that will have the United States companies Oracle and Walmart take a minority stake. President Donald Trump states, quote, I've given the deal my blessing. If they get it done, great." End quote. If the app is banned, users in the United States will not have access to future updates, but will still be able to post and view new video content.
A woman is under question for sending a letter to President Donald Trump containing poison ricin. Ricin is a highly toxic compound extracted from castor beans that will cause nausea, vomiting, internal bleeding of the stomach and intestines, or death if ingested. The woman was carrying a gun and proceeded to get arrested after trying to enter the U.S. from Canada. Tests confirmed that ricin was the substance in the letter. Authorities are also investigating other packages that were mailed to addresses in Texas, which may have been from the same sender. And that's all for tonight on PSN News.
Be sure to check us out on Twitter and Facebook at PSN News, on Instagram at Penn State Network News, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/PSN News.
Have a good night and stay safe, Penn State.